Okay, guys, this started out as kind of a joke. I was talking with Matrix One, another channel on YouTube here, and he had mentioned something to me about this knife here. It's called the Sanrenmu 710, and it's basically a knife from China that you can pick up for 12 bucks on eBay, or maybe even less than 12 bucks somewhere else. This was $12 with shipping altogether total. But basically what it is it's a Chinese copy of a small Sebenza. So he was telling me about it, and he was saying that some of the guys had them, and just as kind of a joke, I said, well, you know what, I'll order one, and I'll take a look at it, and if it's junk, I'll just go ahead and send it to you. Well, to my surprise, when I got the knife, I was kind of impressed with it. For a cheap knife, of course. It's not a Sebenza, and you can't even really compare it to a Sebenza other than what it looks like, how it's made. But when I got it, I found that when you open the knife, it kind of even feels like a Sebenza when it locks open. I have Sebenzas, and it kind of feels like it. Now this is stainless steel. The handle scales are stainless steel, and the blade is a what is it, 13 CRMOV, I believe. But it came razor sharp. Actually, it came hair popping sharp. See there? So it definitely came sharp from China. There is no blade play. Forwards, backwards, side to side. It locks up tight. And for $12, I thought, wow, that's not a bad deal. $12 shipped for this. I haven't put it through a lot of use. I've carried it. Carries pretty good in the pocket. I think the clip's a little long, but no big deal. The clip is pretty sturdy. It's a pretty sturdy clip, and it does have a good lockup to it. I have done some spine wax with it, just on some wood, and it did not fail. So just for like a light UCDC knife, I thought maybe some of you guys might want to pick up something cheap, and it is copied after the small Sebenza in the way it's built, and even the way this locks under the blade. That little piece right there even looks like the Sebenza. It does have the ball detent, where when you close the blade, it does lock in. Kind of clicks down into the detent there. There is a detent there. So it even has that. I don't know if maybe I can show it to you on camera here. Right there in the liner lock, you can see the little hole for the ball detent to lock into. See the hole there? So yeah, guys, not a bad little $12 knife. If a lot of guys that watch my videos are younger, or some just don't want to spend a bunch of money. And if your budget is not real high and you want a knife that's cheap, and so far to me, I've flipped this knife open many times, and there's still no blade play. It does have the phosphor bronze washers in there on each side of the blade. And while doing some research on this knife, I also found that, I couldn't believe this, but the screws actually are Loctited at the factory. So your screws should not come loose. I read about that on one of the knife forums. There's actually guys that take these knives and modify them, take sandpaper, polish these scales down, polish the blade to a mirror shine, and they actually look really nice. But what those guys in the forum said was, when you have this knife stock from the factory, you need to heat up the screws a little bit, because they said there was quite a bit of Loctite on the screws. Well, now that's good, because I'm not going to take this apart, and that just shows me that the screws aren't going to back out, okay? At least not for a long period of time, being Loctited in there. And let me get you guys a piece of paper and I'll show you a cut test with it. Okay, I just got out a regular sheet of notebook paper. It's kind of all I had handy right now. Let's go ahead and take the paper and we'll do a little paper cut test on her. That was me. I'm not holding the paper correctly, but see it even, you know a knife is sharp when it'll take those little pieces like that. So as you can see, guys, it is sharp, and I'm not trying to pimp this knife out for sales by any means whatsoever. And of course, like I said, this is a Chinese knife. It's the 813. Man, I keep forgetting the name of that steel. MOV. Somebody put it in the comments and correct me because I just can't. My mind is just slipping right now. I think it's 813 CRMOV or 13 CRMOV. It's an okay steel, and this is by no means a knife that you want to do heavy duty use with. I just want to let some of you guys know that may not have a bunch of cash laying around. You know, for 12 bucks, if you want a little EDC knife and you're looking for a decent EDC knife, you know, this one came good to me. Like this. I haven't put it through a lot of use yet. It does have some jimping on the back. Right there. Not really useful at all. It's just the way the knife is. The jimping's kind of down in instead of up above the scales there. So I don't know. It doesn't feel useful to me, but it is what it is. It locks up tight. No blade play. Sanrenmu 710. You know, you can look it up on eBay and find one if that's what you want to get. But all right, guys. Just thought I'd let you guys know. This is Humans for Targets. And I'm out.